Hello everyone, today we'll find out how many enemies you have to kill in order to beat The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine DLC. This is the third and final part of the series where we find out how many kills you have to commit in order to beat The Witcher 3. In the first two we went through the main game and then the Hearts of Stone DLC, and now we're ready to wrap up the series with the Blood and Wine DLC. Before we begin, a quick reminder of the rules. Only the kills I can't commit towards the challenge, so for example if Palmerin or Milton kills someone, that's not a kill that is counted towards my kill counter since I have no control over their actions. In the same way, cutscene kills do not count because again I have no control over Geralt's actions in those moments, so there's nothing I can do about them. And with that, the rules are out of the way and we can begin with the challenge. As always, Blood and Wine begins when the Knights of Tucson summon you in the village of Holloway. As you speak, bandits arrive wanting to destroy the village and rob it, and the knights are ready to fight them. You can assist the knights or you can just stay in the hut until they are done. For this challenge it would be best to just stay in the hut. However, you can still offer to help them. Unfortunately, that would mean that you would have to put yourself through the challenge of waiting until Palmerin and Milton kill every single one of the bandits without your help, and they do take a while to do that. When they finish up with the bandits, they offer you the contract to take down the Beast of Beauclair. After not moving a muscle to help them with the bandits, I felt bad for them, so I accepted the contract and we went to Tucson. That proved to be a huge mistake because immediately after we arrived we were attacked by the Goliath. Thankfully, the knights can take care of it without me doing anything once again. You again have to wait for a while, and for some reason nobody tries to shoot him in the eye. That's a super effective tactic against him, but I guess the knights don't want to do this as it's not honorable. Regardless, even though I did nothing during the fight, for some reason Guillaume offered me the trophy of the Goliath. Considering that was pretty much free money, I accepted the trophy immediately and thought to myself that he either would want something from me or that he got hit in the head one too many times. Milton and I then went to the riverbank where a new victim of the beast was found. Even though you're attacked by a few necrophages, you can avoid them by jumping into the water. That way they lose interest in you and you can investigate the crime scene without any issues. There is also the option to wait for Milton to kill them, but after going through the Goliath and the bandit sections, I couldn't wait for him anymore. After a job well done, Milton and I went to have a drink in the nearby inn, where I learned that the body was held in Corvo Bianco, as that was serving as a morgue for the time being, and so I headed out to Corvo Bianco in order to investigate the body, where I encountered my first unavoidable kill of the challenge, which is the Bruxa you find in the morgue, and despite her not being a tough enemy, you have to kill her as there is nobody that can help you killing her and there is no way to escape from her as she locked the door beforehand. After killing the Bruxa and investigating the body, I tried to gaslight a few children into becoming Witchers as well. They didn't seem quite interested and Palmerin even caught me in the act, so I had to pretend that I was there to see him. Because of that, I had to go with Palmerin into the arena and fight the Shalamar. After defeating it, despite the crowd really wanting me to kill it, I decided that I wouldn't do so as it had done nothing wrong and it was defenseless at that point, so I spared its life. I met up with the Duchess and our investigation led us to believe that Milton would be the next victim of the beast, so we had to find him. Unfortunately, that meant that we had to go to the stupid festival and rig the game in order for us to win. That took us a long time, so eventually when I finally managed to track down Milton, it was too late to save him, so I had to chase the Beast of Beauclair and fight it one-on-one. Unfortunately, it turned out that the beast was a higher vampire, meaning that there was literally nothing I could have done against it, as only a higher vampire could kill another one. Conveniently, Regis then showed up, my good friend who is also a higher vampire. He actually even took a hit for me. That was absolutely amazing from the guy, and he chased away the other vampire. It turned out they were besties, but I guess my life was the thing that broke the camel's back in terms of their friendship. We embraced and agreed to have a drink later on during the day after I reported to the Duchess and her soldiers. The thing is, Going to Regis's hideout is a bit more complicated while you're trying to not kill anyone. The reason for that is that there are a few necrophages that are around it because he's in a cemetery, and even better, there is a cave you have to enter and it's full of Kikimori eggs and a huge Kikimori which you have to fight. The good thing is that you can actually run past the necrophages without having to worry about them. As for the Kikimora, there is also a way to avoid killing her, however you have to time your dodge very precisely in order to just climb the wall and proceed forward, as the Kikimora will not follow you into the next area and you can just enter Regis's hideout from there. You have a very pleasant conversation with Regis. After that he sends you to recover some white saliva, and conveniently Regis knows the location of a white, a creature that hasn't been spotted in centuries, but sure, whatever. To reach the white's house you have to run past a few buggies, but they won't bother you that much, so you don't have to worry yourself about them. After that the white is also extremely easy to deal with, as you don't have to fight it, you just have to lift the curse from it and acquire the saliva you need without killing the monster. With that, Regis and I headed to Tesha Mudna, where we started a ritual in which I had to increase his bloodlust, and to do that I had to kill a bunch of necrophages. The enemies that attack you in the torture chamber are in waves. The first wave is a ghoul and two rot fiends, which makes it very easy to deal with because you can kill one of the rot fiends, and if it was close to the other one, that one would actually just die on its own as well, so you won't have to worry about killing all of the monsters, you just have to kill one, and hopefully that would lead to the other ones dying as well. For the second wave you have a few rot fiends and a huge vampire, which you will have to deal with. On my best attempt, I managed to kill one of the rot fiends, which blew up right in the vampire's face, killing it as well. Following that, even more rot fiends appeared, so I baited the one that survived the whole vampire thing and then killed one of the rot fiends, which led to the other two dying as well. After that, the third and final wave was a bunch of ghouls, a big vampire again, and just a few rot fiends, only two in that case. However, they were more than enough for me to be able to use them as a way to kill the ghouls, which would increase Regis's bloodlust just enough for me to not have to deal with the Katakan, which would have been an issue. Despite there being a few more monsters left alive, Regis had enough so we could finish the ritual, and we had to commit 4 kills in order to complete that part. Following that, due to a lack of leads, I went up to beat a few peasants, threw them into the dungeons, interrogated a child, and investigated a toy shop where I found a note. I wasn't exactly confident about the leads I had, however it turned out that the note I had found had some wine spilled on it. So Captain de la Tour, myself and the Duchess went to the Ducal winery in order to see what was going on. On our way there, we saw a family being attacked by 2 panthers, and Captain de la Tour proved as useless as I thought he was, because no matter how many times he hit them, he wasn't doing anything to the panthers, and I was losing hope thinking that I had to kill the panthers, until I realized that Captain de la Tour's horse was actually more useful than the captain himself, and that the horse could actually kill the panthers instead of me. We then busted Master Fabrizio for selling wine that he wasn't supposed to sell, and he told us where to find the people who wanted to buy the wine. So Captain de la Tour made an ambush, and I had all his soldiers on my side, so I didn't have to worry about killing anyone. I just had to wait until the soldiers were done killing all the bandits. And even though I didn't kill anyone, I emotionally destroyed the last thug that was remaining in order to get information by telling him that I'll use him as bait in order to find the beast. That information led us to the masquerade party where the Duchess and I had a good time and we didn't face with any enemies, and in the end we had a chat with Detlef, the beast of Boucle himself. I had to keep my poker face on, but why the hell would Regis bring him here? Was that some kind of a betrayal from him, or was there something else he was thinking of? Detlef proved to be a very cool guy actually, and he apologized for attacking me. and it turned out that he was being blackmailed by someone and that his lover was kidnapped. After hearing his motivations, I was very happy because that would mean that I wouldn't have to kill him in the end, and that was amazing news. Still, I couldn't really trust him, so I only reported to Regis what I found out. I headed out to Duntine in order to see if Detlef's girlfriend was really there. In Duntine I had to fight with a bunch of human enemies, which was perfect because I could use the strategy which I was using during the Get Junior quest in the main game, which was to use the crossbow guy, or in this case the bowman, to just shoot at his friends until he kills them. Unfortunately, for some reason the bowman was just terrible at shooting and it took a very long time until he finally killed all of his friends. And to make matters worse, whenever you kill two of the guys, two more show up, so you have to deal with that guy's awful shooting for even longer. And whenever he manages to finally kill all 5 of his buddies, you have to kill the archer, as otherwise there is an invisible wall blocking you from going forward. Next up, you have to use the exact same strategy, however this time it's much easier because there's actually 2 crossbowmen who are much better at shooting their friends than the other guys were, so it's very easy to get them to shoot their friends. In the end, you have to separate the 2 crossbowmen in order to ensure that there's only one left, and then kill the crossbowman in order to proceed forward. This is the last kill I had to make in the Capture the Castle quest, as after that Detlef and Regis show up, and honestly all the guys that were there were screwed and there was absolutely nothing they could have done to save their lives. We found Sienna and we revealed the truth about her, that she was the one blackmailing Detlef. He was so heartbroken that he threatened Buckler and said that if in 3 days Sienna didn't surrender herself, he would destroy the city by sending an army of vampires against it. We told that to the Duchess and she decided that it was a great idea to wage a war against the vampires. 3 days later, Detlef attacked and destroyed the city. Unfortunately, that meant that I had to go and help out for some reason, even though that wasn't something I was paid for, and I had to kill a Bruxa because all of the soldiers were absolutely useless and she one-shot every single one of them. After the Bruxa fight, things become interesting because you have to choose whether to go through the Unseen Elder route or through the Land of Fables in order to reach the ending of the game. You would think that the Land of Fables is the superior option because you pretty much have Regis with you or Sienna with you at all times and you have an ally who can kill the enemies for you, right? Well, that's true, those allies are pretty useless because when you choose to go to the Land of Fables, you have to go on a run through the city where you face multiple vampires. With the first one, Regis is very useful and kills it for you. However, for the second one, for some reason like the tour with the Panthers, Regis was not doing any damage to the vampire, so I had to kill it myself. Then Regis hides while you hunt down the vampire that's trying to kill the Latour and his men, so you have to kill that one as well. Then things are pretty chill until you reach the Land of Fables, where you immediately have to fight the Wicked Witch and the Archaeospore she spawns, because Sienna for some reason doesn't feel like helping you, so you have to do that on your own, which means that you have to kill 2 more enemies, and if you're not careful you even kill the broom before you kill the Wicked Witch, so you have to be careful to not kill the damn broom as well. Then Sienna shows her usefulness and kills the wolves that are attacking yours, and then the big bad wolf and 3 little pigs in order for you to acquire 2 of the beans you need. Unfortunately for the third one, she doesn't follow you into the Longlocks fight, and this is where a lot of kills have to happen. The reason for that is that aside from Longlocks herself, she also spawns 7 minions each time she decides to heal herself, and that happens 2 times during the fight. So in order to beat Longlocks you have to kill a total of 15 enemies. Sienna can then take care of the pixies, even though that would take 3 business days in order for her to kill all of them. And the Cloud Giant is pretty easy to deal with, meaning that the Land of Fables requires you to commit a total of 19 kills. And for what? Just to have Sienna take advantage of your body in the end? That's not worth it at all. For that reason, the Unseen Elder route is much superior because all you have to do is run away from the city and find Oriana. The only issue you might find is that there is a vampire right at the entrance of her house. However, you can just bait that vampire far enough from the house so that Geralt can get out of combat and you can enter the house without having to kill the vampire. Then we went to the orphanage where a vampire attacked and killed almost all of the children, so Oriana asked me to kill the Garcane in order for her to help me. I then found and killed the Alpha Garcane and returned to Oriana only to find out that she wasn't taking care of the children out of the kindness of her heart. She wanted to drink blood from the goddamn children. Unfortunately, it seemed that the child was happy to let Oriana drink from his blood, so there was nothing I could do to stop her. I saw the Unseen Elder. Unfortunately, he was not very happy about our meeting and he attacked me and almost killed me for no reason. I then had to go through the Unseen Elder's caves and was faced with two vampires who I managed to run away from without having to fight. After that, the caves proved to be very chill. I didn't have to face with any enemies until the very end where there was one vampire sitting on top of the body that I had to loot. Unfortunately, I had to kill that vampire because there was no way to avoid it. I presented my gift to the Unseen Elder and he was very happy with it, and I went on to fight with Detlef. The cool thing about Detlef is that as the plot made it clear, I couldn't actually kill him, so no matter how much I injured him, I couldn't actually kill the guy, and Regis was actually the one who had to do the deed. All I had to do was go through the boss fight, and in the end, during the cutscene, Regis finished off Detlef and killed him. I was proclaimed as the hero of Bruclair, so I went to the homeless shelter and beat up a few homeless people for no reason. After that I went to have a chat with Sienna and went on to receive my reward. Unfortunately, even though everyone and their dog was telling her that Sienna wanted to kill her, the Duchess didn't believe any of us, and in the end Sienna stabbed her in the back, literally. Because of that I lost all my respect for the Duchess and went to put flowers only on Sienna's grave because at least I respected her for always chasing her goal of killing her sister. Finally, in his final day in Beauclair, I went to have a drink with Regis, and there he got attacked by the final enemies of the game, which were the two Bruxae that attacked Regis. He easily took care of them, meaning that we complete the challenge with only 10 kills to our name, those being the Bruxae in the beginning in Corvo Bianco, the 4 necrophages during the ritual in Tesham Mudna, the 2 guys in Duntine, the 1 Brooks attacking the city you have to fight on your own, the Alpha Garcane, and finally the 1 vampire in the cave of the Unseen Elder. And if you decide to go with the Land of Fables, then you would have to commit a total of 27 kills in order to beat the game. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, feel free to check out one of my other gaming challenges. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!